Beautiful. Well, we're going to get started here. I hope you've enjoyed the food. Good evening to you all. It's wonderful to have you all here. My name's Dean Wendt. I am the Dean of the Bailey College. And I hope you all know, if the disco ball didn't show, that this is a party. All right? So we're going to party. I really appreciate that you're all here tonight, and a special welcome to the family and friends and supporters joining us both in person here. It's wonderful to see you here. I've gotten to talk with some of you, but then also we have people who are watching the live stream, and so you are on camera as well. And so welcome to all those additional friends and supporters that are here to celebrate our wonderful students. So I just have to say to start, we are really grateful for everything that you've done as students to make the Bailey College such a special place to study and learn and grow. And I am personally, and I love this event because I'm incredibly proud of the award recipients and celebrating all that you have achieved during your time at Cal Poly. And I hope that you will tonight and in the coming days and weeks and months take some time to reflect on all of your accomplishments, because they are significant, and to recognize, as Emily was talking about, the dedication and perseverance and the long hours that got you here. It's really something to be proud of. You navigated all kinds of challenging classes, right? We've all had organic chemistry, and all organic chemists always say how easy it is, but we know better. You've had tons of late nights, group projects, right? Group projects. And at least, and not like tonight, which was a wonderful meal, you've had like a Vista Grande mystery meal, right? You know what that's about. And maybe even you had to work out some issues with difficult roommates. And I know you were, no one in here was the difficult roommate. But those are all important things that you get to learn and grow. And let's just give you all right now, to start, a big round of applause for all of your accomplishments. So before we go any further, I'd like to thank two groups of people who are essential for this moment. First, Sarah and Adrian in the Dean's office for their hard work and organizing and pulling this off. And they make it, for me, feel like it's not much work, which is a true testament to how good they are. And I also want to thank the folks here at The Rock. They've hosted us for many years, and we really do appreciate what you do to host us for this event. And thank you, please. I think it's also really important to always recognize the incredible faculty and staff in the Bailey College of Science and Mathematics. The dedication, and I was talking to folks earlier, it is a group effort, and it is the dedication of the faculty and staff to our students that really makes this special and a foundation for their success. And we have an advisor from the Mustang Success Center that was invited by an awardee here tonight, and that just demonstrates to me how we really are a special community that is tied together by the students. And I have this analogy. I like to think of the students as a river, and they flow between different sections of campus, and they connect all of us on the faculty and staff together. So And I know that your time here hasn't been easy. I know it's a struggle for all kinds of reasons, and you've persevered. And when I think about challenges that I'm facing, if they're intellectual or emotional challenge, I try very hard to remind myself about what is meaningful and living in a way that is meaningful. And one of my favorite quotes comes from Albert Einstein, actually. And, you've probably seen him sitting quietly outside a baker, right? And, what he said was, strive not to be a success, but to be of value. And I think that is really, really important because it shifts us to living a life of meaning where we're contributing good. And then what will come from that work is success. It's sort of like happiness, right? If you go right at it, you might miss it. But if you don't focus directly on it and you do things that are important, it will come. And so I think that's a really profound perspective in life. And I've also seen how meaningful work improves the world. And it really does, in doing that work, it uplifts your own life, and it supports those around you. And even more importantly, it touches people that you've never met. And so it really is, for all of us in science and math and education, a privilege that we are in disciplines that can make a difference in this world. And I hope that your success at Cal Poly has put you on a path forward in life that is rich and full of that kind of meaning. And if that happens for you, then we at Cal Poly have been successful. So tonight, we're going to be recognizing people by their departments and then a few college-level awards, and we're going to be recognizing things like academic excellence and leadership and community service. And others have received the college-level awards for outstanding achievement, contributions to the image of the college and university, and for helping shape the public image of Cal Poly. And what I know in reading about all of you is that you have made this university better. And it is your presence here, your leadership, and your collaboration with faculty and with one another that has made this a better place. And we're grateful for having been a part of your journey. So here's how the evening's going to go. Each department, typically a department chair or other faculty member, will introduce their recipients, say a little bit about them, and then we'll give the awardee an opportunity to say a few words if they would like to. And you can feel free to share where you're headed next or one of your proudest moments at Cal Poly. And if you decide to share something, make sure that you take a moment to thank the people who have supported you. And that is that none of us achieve anything unless we're lifted up by those around us. And I think that is a really important thing to recognize and to pay forward the grace and the support that we've received along the way. And as I look around this room, I see it's filled with faculty and staff who are deeply committed to your success, just as they were committed to my success when I was a student, sitting where you are 35 years ago or so, 31, I don't know exactly, somewhere around there, over 3 decades ago, and I was getting the Outstanding Award for Biological Sciences. And while the faces in this room have changed, I know these people. They have that same care and dedication that changed and transformed or gave me the opportunity to do that with my life. And I know that they've done it for you. Now, I told a little fib. Yep, thank you. And that is that there still is one person in this room who is the same from when I was a student, and that's Phil Bailey, right over here. Phil was my organic chemistry professor, and he was the one who hired me based on the recommendation of the faculty in the biological sciences department as an assistant professor. He was my boss when I was the director of the Center for Coastal Marine Sciences and associate dean. I talked a lot about gratitude and grace and how did I pay him back for all that he gave me? Well, I took his job. And it still bothers him to this day. But Phil, I really just want to say I hope you're proud of what we're all doing in the Bailey College and where we're headed. A lot has changed, but at our core, we continue to transform the lives of students. And it really is my honor to carry on your life's work as the person who helps all of these folks make that magic. So thank you, Phil, for everything you've done. And you might think that he's the only legend in this room, but we have another one. And I have to mention Dr. Camille O'Brien, right here. She has been an incredible resource to me as an associate dean for the last 8 years. She was a professor in kinesiology and public health, and she defines in so many ways what's great about this Bailey community. And she is retiring, and so I feel like when I get the opportunity, I got to recognize you, Camille, for everything that you've done. So yes, thank you, Camille. So now to kick off the awards for the evening, we're going to begin by announcing the top club award. So I'm going to invite Emily back up, and she's going to present this year's top club award.
First award of the night. Thank you. So I am going to be granting, and along with the Bailey College, of course, the top club award for a remarkable Bailey College of Science and Mathematics student-run club. Our college hosts over 40 clubs and organizations, each with their own STEM-related niche and interests, but all unified under their goal of making a smaller sense of community for students amongst our large college. So I'm going to start by listing the 5 Bailey College clubs nominated for this award, and I ask that when I state the club that you represent, that one of the representatives please stands up so that we can honor you as well. So let's honor Cal Poly's Alpha Chi Sigma Club. Do we have a representative here? If you could stand up, please. And then also the Bailey College Ambassadors Club. The Creative Anatomy Club. The Public Health Club. And the Women in Physics Club. Thank you all for your contributions to the betterment of our college and to the student experience. So now the moment you've all been waiting for. The Bailey College would like to congratulate the 2024-2025 school year's top club to the Public Health Club. The representative can come on up to the stage. The Public Health Club has helped connect students to the greater San Luis Obispo community by promoting health, wellness, and danger prevention all over SLO. They have hosted many professional development events and certification trainings throughout the year, as well as tons of learn by doing opportunities for students to engage in local public health efforts and advocate for public health policies. Under President Nicola, here you go, and its committee, the Public Health Club has led education and outreach workshops all year long on topics ranging from suicide awareness and prevention, housing education and advocacy, health equity, climate action, and mental health awareness. I am proud to present this award to Nicola and to the Public Health Club and want to send a huge congratulations to all of the other Bailey College clubs as well. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much. It's such an honor to receive this award. I've been serving on the board for the past 4 years, and then this year I've been serving as president. So it's been so amazing working with my incredible board. We have Sydney here who's on the board, and then as well as my advisor, Christine Nelson, and then also Dr. Julia Alber, who has helped out a lot with this club. I think one of my proudest accomplishments with this club was planning our first ever National Public Health Week, and I think in the current state of public health, it's really important that we educated the Cal Poly community as well as encourage individuals to advocate for their health as well as the rest of the Cal Poly community. So thank you so much for this award. I appreciate it.
Intermission. Here we go. That was very short. We're back on it. So I think we are starting with the departmental awards, and we're going to be beginning with statistics. And hold on, before we clap for Andrew Schaffner coming up, I need to give some instructions. And that is, I think maybe by the 8th year that I've been doing this, we're finally going to get the pictures to flow. And so what's going to happen is we're going to call the department chair, departmental representative up. They're going to introduce the awardee, and really giving my chairs instructions here, okay? And then we'll hand off the award. If the student wishes to speak, they can. And then at the end of that, the department chair is going to call the next department up. Okay, I'm not going to come back up. We're then going to step down, the awardee and the department chair. We're going to do a picture here with Alexis. By the way, let's give a round of applause for Alexis. And so while we're doing the picture, we thought we would make up some time that I just wasted by having the other department chair come up and begin their presentation while we're taking the picture. Good? All right. Andrew Schaffner from Statistics.
All right, thank you, everybody. First year now, I'm doing this with the progressives. So last year, I was like going crazy up here. So this is nice. Before we start, there's one person that wasn't thanked during the big thank you, and I really want to honor and thank Dean Wendt, because without him at our helm, none of this would be possible. Dean really leads our college with the philosophy that I can feel all the time of love, empathy, and respect. And, well, yeah, that deserves an applause. I know there's a lot of tumultuous times that we are all coping with, and I know there's a lot of changes on our campus, you know, quarters to semesters, and just so much happening. But we have somebody at our helm who just keeps the ship steady for us with values that cannot be shaken by all of the external forces. And I really honor that, and I'm proud to be part of our college. So thank you, Dean. So first, I'd like to invite Brendan Callender to come up. Brendan is our recipient of this year's Academic Excellence Award. So Brendan holds the highest undergraduate GPA in his class. If it weren't for one math course, where's Ben? And it wasn't even proofs, but if it weren't for that, he'd have a perfect 4.0. So as it stands, we're calling it a statistically significant achievement. Faculty have nothing but admiration for Brendan. Dr. Ross notes that he asks thoughtful questions, actively engages in class, and consistently turns in excellent work. He's excelled in probability, data science, and statistics courses. Dr. Ross especially praised his final project in Data 301. That's our data science, one of our early data science courses. Brendan used soccer data, allowing him to showcase not only his love for statistics, but his passion for sports. Unfortunately, that also revealed, well, not necessarily the sport, but a flaw that Dr. Ross wants to point out, which is that Brendan happens to be a Dallas Cowboys fan, not related to soccer, but it was a little bit of a problem. Dr. Chance puts it simply, Brendan is the kind of student that faculty always want in their classes, engaged, curious, and always on top of things. Dr. Bodwin adds that Brendan is one of the strongest academic students she's ever encountered. In Data 402, our most difficult course in the data science capstone, or data science series, which combines math, computer science, statistics, Brendan excelled across the board, earning 99% on the midterm, the highest score ever in the course. She recalls writing, "Nobody's perfect" on his exam. Beyond his academic excellence, Brendan is incredibly generous with his time, working on his thesis. He's in our blended program. He regularly helps his lab mates during debug code, providing thoughtful, constructive feedback. Dr. Bodwin concludes that Brendan is always prepared, thoughtful, and open to feedback. When he enters the professional world, he'll be an outstanding ambassador for Cal Poly. He's respectful, curious in nature, humble, deeply engaged, and also is an exceptional statistical consultant engaged in our consulting program. Congratulations, Brendan, and thank you for setting the bar high with your remarkable achievements. And do you have a few words to share?
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Schaffner. Yeah, I just want to say how much I enjoyed my time here at Cal Poly. Yeah, the faculty just made it a pleasure to learn here. And if there's one thing I learned, I feel like it's that there's a lot more to learn. So I feel like I'm prepared to do that because of this great school. So thank you.
So I'm going to have Brendan wait down there for a minute. We'll do our second photo and or our second award, and then we'll take photos, and I'll hand off to our next chair. But the next awardee I'd like to invite up here is Rachel Rogenkemper for our Community Service Award. So Rachel, please come up. Rachel has been a community builder from day one. As co-president of the STAT Club, she supported countless department events, from open houses and candidate visits to faculty talks and Data Fest. Her commitment to community is reflected not only in her involvement, but in the depth and warmth of her connections. She often invites professors to play video games with grad students in our Math Stat Collaboratory. Again, sorry, Ben, for maybe abusing that room a little bit. But it does have nice monitors, and the switch connects, and they just have fun in there. And faculty do, too. She regularly checks in with both past and current faculty, building relationships grounded in respect and shared enthusiasm. Even though I've never had Rachel in a class, she often stops by my office. We've gotten to know each other. We talk about her studies. She shares photos of her Bernedoodle, which I can't get enough of. And simply we chat about her life and life in general. Rachel's only one of 2 graduate students who volunteered to help mentor at Data Fest, our 2-day data hackathon. She helped guide undergraduates through a challenging weekend of collaborative data analysis and also pitched in behind the scenes, just helping with cleanup and setup. She volunteers before anyone can ask, somehow predicting needs like, I don't know, she's running some kind of regression model on the department, figuring out what's needed regarding department morale, everything. Whether she's grading with care or promptness or donning a captain's hat, which she did to present a project on international travel, Rachel brings both excellence and joy to everything she does. She's the person who always shows up, always helps out, and makes people feel welcome and valued. As Miranda, who is her special guest here tonight, our former department admin, shared, Rachel is deeply inclusive. She nurtures friendships, encourages participation in department events, helps build a sense of belonging among her peers. People flock to her, and her presence in the department events is as steady as it is spirited. Miranda put it best. She never let college life interfere with her purpose, but she still made space for fun, friendship, and community. We're incredibly fortunate to have Rachel as a steady, joyful, and inspiring presence in our department. Please join me in recognizing her receipt of the Community Service Award.
Thank you, Dr. Schaffner. I just wanted to say it's kind of just easy to be part of such an amazing, to be so active in such an amazing department. The professors, our admin, Miranda, and all of the classmates that I've spent my last 5 years with have just been amazing. So it's kind of just easy to integrate myself and to be such a presence in such an amazing department, so I couldn't do it without them. Thank you so much.
So our next awards will be in the Department of Physics, and so I think Jennifer Clay might be here. I think I saw, there she is. So she'll come up and get us started.
Okay. Thank you all for being here tonight to celebrate all of our graduating seniors and graduate students and all of their accomplishments in the Bailey College. I'm thrilled to be here to announce the awardees from the Department of Physics. I'm going to start with our awardee for academic excellence, who unfortunately couldn't be here with us tonight because she is traveling through Europe at the moment. She graduated in winter quarter, and so she took a family trip and is exploring the world right now. Reagan Garcia is our awardee for academic excellence. She's a local from Morro Bay who started out as a biochemistry major, but quickly discovered her passion for physics and changed majors just as I was beginning my position as department chair. So I had the privilege of being her academic advisor and met with her periodically throughout the last 3 years as we discussed classes, research, her career aspirations, and other topics of interest at the time. Reagan is graduating with a nearly perfect record and the top GPA in our department. She made the dean's list every quarter at Cal Poly, took summer classes every year, and participated in our Frost Summer Research Program. She's a member of the Sigma Pi Sigma Physics Honor Society. She plays cello in the Cal Poly Symphony, and this year she served as club liaison for the Women in Physics Club and has been an active member of our student clubs for the past several years. For her research, she explored a few different projects, but landed on working with Dr. Thomas Gutierrez on neutrinoless double beta decay with the Cuore and Cupid experiments at the Gran Sasso National Laboratory in Italy. She spent last summer at Yale University working with collaborators from Cuore and Cupid who were extremely impressed with her and her contributions. And according to Dr. Gutierrez, her senior project, visualizing Dirac bispinors, is one of the 3 most outstanding and thorough he has ever supervised in his 19 years at Cal Poly. Reagan graduated in winter, as I mentioned, and is now currently going to be working with Dr. Gutierrez as a post-baccalaureate research assistant, traveling to Italy this summer to help support the Cupid Research and Development Project before she begins her PhD program at Penn State in the fall. We are very proud of Reagan. We wish her the best, hope she's watching, and congratulations. For my next awardee, I would like to call up Isha Thoresen, who is the recipient of our Outstanding Citizenship and Community Leadership Award. So on a similar note, Isha started out at Cal Poly as a mechanical engineering major, but discovered her appreciation for the physics approach to problem solving and changed majors in the fall of 2022 at the beginning of her second year. Again, that was my first year and quarter as chair, so I had the pleasure of serving as her academic advisor and have had the opportunity to get to know Isha over the past several years, and it's been a wonderful privilege. Isha joined the Cal Poly Multiracial Students Association as a second-year student to seek other students like herself navigating the college experience from a multicultural background. She was so empowered by this experience that she sought leadership roles in the club, serving as treasurer and then co-president. During her year as co-president, the club nearly tripled in size and is now invited to participate in campus-wide events such as Polycultural Weekend and Polyculture Fest. Isha recognizes that leadership is a skill that involves listening and supporting the community you serve by helping its members thrive and feel safe expressing their perspectives. She brought that leadership to our department this year as president of the Minorities in Physics Club. She has been very active in organizing activities and spaces for physics students from diverse backgrounds to commune with each other and strengthen their sense of belonging. She is also a Frost Scholar, an excellent student who is earning minors in astronomy and computer science and has made the Dean's List 7 times. I will let her share, hopefully, a bit of her plans for the next phase of her career, but needless to say, I have every confidence that she will continue to serve as a leader, making important contributions to society through her research and her advocacy. Congratulations, Isha, and thank you for who you are and all that you do to make our community a place of inclusion and belonging.
Thank you so much. I'm so grateful to be receiving this. I especially want to say thank you to the board members of Minorities in Physics for all the work they've put into the club this year, as well as my research advisor, Dr. Christensen, for teaching me so much and always supporting me. And of course, thank you to Michelle Wardrop, Kelsey Bowers, and Dr. Clay for making the physics department such a welcoming and supportive space. And thanks to that supportive space, I'm really happy to say I'll be continuing my studies at UC San Francisco next year in a master's in biomedical imaging. Thank you.
And before we do our pictures, I'd like to invite Ben Rickert from the mathematics department to please come up.
Howdy, everybody. I have the pleasure of introducing 2 math students. The first, the recipient of the Mathematics Department Academic Excellence Award, is Madeline Gertz. We got a table in the back, so this is going to take a second. But we did get to eat first, which was nice. So, Madeline started at Cal Poly as a first-time freshman in the fall of 2021. In the spring of that academic year, she was awarded a 3-year Frost Research Scholarship. And by the spring following, she won the Mathematical Sciences category at the statewide CSU Student Research Competition in San Diego for her presentation on original research related to the moduli space of triangles. She joined our blended program at about that time. Then in January of 2024, gave a talk on her research at the American Mathematical Society Joint Math Meeting. And in February, won the Cal Poly 3-minute thesis competition. In the summer of 2024, she was accepted to and attended the very prestigious NSF REU at Williams College. And this spring, after a mere 4 years, Madeline is graduating with her bachelor's and her master's degree, having maintained the perfect 4.0 GPA. As you might expect, Madeline is an excellent student. According to her Frost mentor, Dr. Russell, she works hard, this is a quote, is incredibly thorough, comes up with insightful conceptual ideas, applies novel computer methods to gain insight, and gives fantastic presentations. Her research potential in mathematics is unlimited, and her academic might is almost unparalleled. Madeline is finishing work on her thesis entitled On Diffeomorphism Groups of Surfaces, and her thesis advisor, Dr. Orson, reports that he is blown away by the quality of the work she has done so far. Next year, Madeline will be heading to UC Berkeley to begin working on her PhD in mathematics. So congratulations, Madeline.
thank you so much. Thank you to the Bailey College. Let's see, I have a long list of people to thank. So thank you to Dr. Brussel for being my mentor since the first day of my freshman year. Thank you to Phil Bailey for always believing in me. Thank you to Bill and Linda Frost for funding so much of my education. Thank you to the Cal Poly Math Department for being a wonderful community. And thank you to my parents and friends for believing in me even when I didn't. Thank you.
So next, for the Mathematics Department Community Leadership Award, I'll call up Ellen Saunders. So Ellen is another blended student who started in the fall of 2021. And like Madeline, she's had a tremendous academic career, finishing her bachelor's and master's in 4 years with a very high GPA and participating in soft summer research, serving as an intern at the Scripps Institute of Oceanography and winning the National Nevada Security Sites Annual AWM Award last year. That's difficult to say. She's currently finishing up her master's thesis entitled Filling Gaps in Scientific Datasets Using Physics-Informed Neural Networks under Dr. Chaboter. But we're recognizing Ellen with the Community Leadership Award for her great service contributions to the math department. She served as vice president of the Math Club and participates in the Association for Women in Mathematics Student Chapter and Simple Group, which is a weekly meeting for exploring interesting mathematics and is also a pun. Ellen is always willing and able to help around the department. For example, she met with the peer review committee for our program review last fall, which is a big deal. For students, you don't know about this, but it was a horror. Additionally, she met with all the candidates for our tenure track positions during our search this past winter. And what's more, she actually provided feedback, which we were really happy for. She's a regular attendee at Colloquium and generally great to have around, always making positive contributions to department culture. And next year, Ellen plans to apply her prodigious mathematical skills with the National Nevada Security Site. I knew I was going to mess that up. She's working for the Department of Energy. It's actually in Santa Barbara, I think, but thanks. Congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Rickert, for this award, and I'd like to thank my advisor, Dr. Chaboter, as well, who, in addition to being my master's thesis advisor, is also one of several amazing faculty members I've had the pleasure of learning from. The math department makes it really easy to be involved in the culture because it's such an incredible department with such an amazing culture that I had the privilege of stepping into. So thank you.
And next we have liberal studies.
Where are you going? Come on up. Yeah, you gotta come up. Oh gosh, Ben, you're too tall. Hi, everybody. Before I introduce our awardees today, I'm gonna ask both to come up. So, Haley and Bella, will you come on up? Yeah, we're gonna say yeah. And I just got the side eye because I'm doing it a little different, but it'll be okay, I promise. So hi, my name is Seth, and I'm the chair of the Department of Liberal Studies, Cal Poly's primary engine for supporting the development of future educators. And we've got two excellent folks up here today. So it's my great pleasure to be able to present the Liberal Studies Academic Excellence Award to Haley Jackson. Haley is an absolute rock star with a perfect 4.0 right there. Last I checked, that means I did my math. I'm pretty sure that's all A's. There we go. This is made even more impressive by the fact that she did this while navigating the complicated roller coaster ride that is transferring to Cal Poly as a junior adjusting to the fast pace of quarters while navigating our upper division curriculum and building sustaining, says so right there, social networks. Her instructors paint the picture of a hardworking, dedicated young leader with excellent critical thinking skills who brought a positive, enthusiastic energy and much appreciated sense of humor to their classrooms. And so I got lots and lots of quotes, but I got it down to one. Her capstone advisor shared, thank you, Jasmine. Haley worked closely with me and other students to explore issues of teaching and learning related to everyday science and social justice. Haley was an active participant and a pleasure to have in my class. She was enthusiastic, resourceful, and hardworking, and had creative ideas during our lesson planning sessions. We got a lot more like that, but that's the one you're going to get. Haley's parents are proud Cal Poly alum, and she grew up dreaming of following in their footsteps. And I got to just say, I'm overjoyed she did. And I'm happier still that she chose the Liberal Studies Department as her home to follow that dream. So please join me in congratulating Haley Jackson, our 2025 Academic Excellence Awardee.
I'm just going to bend down. Thank you, Dr. Bush, and thank you, Dr. Nation, for recognizing me for this award. I am so grateful to be part of the Liberal Studies Department. It's an amazing department. They welcomed me in as a junior transfer, which can be a little scary, but I am just really happy to be here. Thank you to my parents for pushing me to go here. I mean, it wasn't a hard decision, but I'm really glad that I ended up here, and shout out Ventura Community College, where I started my journey for college. Thank you. So I have the honor of introducing Bella Contreras for the Community Engagement and Leadership Award. And during the 2 years that I've worked with Bella, she's played a leadership role on research teams with Beacon and Frost, and she's an NSF STEM ambassador and maker mentor for most. And only 2 weeks ago, she trained dozens of other undergrads and helped bring a smile to hundreds of kids creating circuits and launchers at the Dia del Nino event, including my 5-year-old son, who immediately asked if he could launch his pom-poms in my direction from the launcher. But Bella has been an invaluable member of our research and teaching team, examining how maker activities support science identity, and on another project, the supports and challenges for bilingual educators. And she participated in all phases of research on multiple project teams and was one of the only undergraduates to present at an international science conference, NARS, last spring. She's currently writing a journal article for After School Matters, providing advice on building teacher and STEM identity. And her team devised their own mini research project, interviewed facilitators, coded data, and wrote up the findings for them. And she also creates and troubleshoots the engineering activities and teaches the 3rd through 6th graders at 4 different after-school sites in Lucia Mar, encouraging hundreds of students over the last few years to see themselves as scientists and engineers. And she's also been a guest presenter in my capstone class, helping pre-service teachers feel comfortable with the often intimidating engineering content. The coordinator of MOST, Kristen Bridgeford, wrote, "Bella consistently creates meaningful STEM learning experiences that empower young learners to engage, problem solve, and practice critical thinking. Bella ensures others feel valued and included." Bella is an amazing, compassionate, dedicated leader. She's one of the most generous people I know and always puts other people at ease. And I am proud to award her this Community Engaged Award.
Wow, that was amazing. Thank you so much, Dr. Nation. I am truly honored to accept this award, and hearing all of those amazing things about me, it is an honor. I want to specifically thank Kristen Bridgeford. She is the backbone of our program, and her positive energy is one of the reasons why I keep coming back. I want to thank Dr. Nation, Dr. Jess, and Dr. Ramos Carranza for believing in me and giving me the opportunity to do research, which I never thought I would be able to do. I want to thank my family and my best friends, because without their unconditional love and support, I would not be where I am today. So thank you so much to my family here and my family watching. Thank you.
And kinesiology and public health. There we are.
That's right, KPH. Hello, everyone. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. I'm Todd Agobian, the chair of Kinesiology and Public Health, and I would like to start with our Academic Excellence Awards. And first, Kaylee Watana. So we'll start with the kinesiology. Hi. So Kaylee has a 3.92 GPA at Cal Poly. Maybe it was a math course, A minus. It's graduating summa cum laude. It was on the dean's list each quarter. And so here are some comments from faculty members about her excellence in class. So Kaylee, the first faculty member, Kaylee excelled in class, was very productive in class discussions, and was highly rated as a group member by her peers. She provided great insight into class debates on controversial topics in the literature. Another faculty member said she was a top student, engaged, inquisitive, organized with high verbal and written skills. She completed a senior project internship with a PT clinic and received high evaluations from her site supervisor for diligence and contributions to her clinic. In addition to that, she has participated in research. She worked with Dr. Adam Seal on hydration and glucose regulation study, where she was responsible for data collection, participant recruitment, and sample analysis. Her lab group highly regards her as reliable and a hard worker, and she's a co-author on a poster being presented next week at the BCM conference. So please attend that poster presentation. Congratulations.
I just want to say thank you so much for this award. I've only been at Cal Poly for 2 years, but it's been such an incredible time here. I just want to thank all the faculty that I've worked with over the 2 years, especially Dr. Seal. And thank you to my family and friends for supporting me. I'm really excited for what the future holds for all of us. Thank you.
And so for our next Academic Excellence Award is Claire McMahon for Public Health, who cannot be here today because she actually is at a semester abroad. But really briefly, so she's a public health major. She has a Spanish minor, a biology minor, and a microbiology minor. So the overachiever. And she has a 3.987 GPA with an A minus in math, and then a dean's list each quarter. That was a joke. And then in addition to her academic excellence, Clara has given back to our SLO community by interning for our local access support network, where she provided HIV and Hep C testing, vaccinations, has distributed drugs to the unhoused and underserved in our community. And then also, I've been actually really fortunate. Clara's been in my research lab since her first quarter as a freshman, which is not that common, and she's been in my lab. And she is truly one of the most outstanding students in research that I've had since I've been here, since 2009. So congratulations to Clara. Maybe she's live streaming. And then finally, for our Community and Leadership Award, Nicola Manalili. Hey. So Nicola has made outstanding contributions to our department, BCSM, and to our SLO community. Within the KPH department, she has presented and coordinated volunteers at numerous department events, worked as a department grader and research assistant, and has dedicated the past 3 years in enhancing the development of the Public Health Club by participating in multiple leadership positions and now serves as president. She also takes on an active role in the BCSM Student Council since she was elected for vice president and secretary, while also being a BCSM peer mentor. She also has contributed to the scientific field by publishing 2 peer-reviewed journal articles. I know. In addition to her involvement at Cal Poly, she remains deeply engaged in our San Luis Obispo community, from volunteering at Dignity Health's Labor and Delivery Unit, CAP SLO, to managing key community partnerships for campus and community outreach events. So, for example, those partnerships are with the County of Slow Health Agency and Slow Tenants Union. Nicola has exemplified strong leadership in all of these endeavors and continues to strive for excellence in all that she does. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. I feel so honored to be a part of this amazing department, working with all of these amazing professors. I want to give an extra special shout out to Professor Christine Nelson, who's here supporting me today. She's been an amazing mentor, as well as Dr. Adrienne Lent. She's been my research mentor for the past 3 years. And then I also want to give a shout out to my roommates and friends that are here today, and then also my mom, who's here supporting me. So thank you.
Next up is chemistry, John Hagan.
All right, hello. It's a pleasure to be here and to see all of these students. And I want to say, I'll just bring up my first awardee. So I'll start with outstanding chemistry major. And I want to say, actually, let me call her up, Christina Crum. So I met Christina last year in my PChem class, and it was apparent right away that she was someone who was very interested in science, especially PChem. And I said, after a very short time, this would make a fine physical chemist. It turns out she excels in all her courses and has made other choices. Recently, her main interest has been in I'm slipping up there, physical chemistry. No, it's been in organic chemistry. And I have a few words from her research advisor. She's been working on the synthesis of a library of chiral co-catalysts for the enantioselective 2+2 cycloaddition reactions. So for organic chemists out there, I'm sure you'll appreciate that. And she has the makings of a very fine scientist, and we're excited to see what's next. She shared a little bit with me, but I think I'd rather let her say it.
Well, thank you so much for this award. As a transfer student, I wasn't sure that I'd be able to succeed at such an excellent school. So to be able to do so and be recognized for that really means a lot to me. So that's really thanks to our amazing faculty that we have here. You guys made me love even the class that I thought that I would hate, like PChem. So you guys are great. No, so we love it. So yeah, Cal Poly is amazing because of you all, and thank you to my family and my friends, especially those that could come with me tonight. Your support means everything, and especially to Dr. Kingsbury, who gave me the opportunity to get involved in research my first quarter at Cal Poly. So thank you all.
All right. Our next award is for Outstanding Student in Biochemistry, and that is going to be Claire Formaker. All right. So I was lucky to also have Claire in my classes, both in physical chemistry and in the seminar class, and so I got to see her work on thermodynamics, but also to see her give a seminar on her work. She did some work on type 1 diabetes at Scripps, and basically her knowledge base ranges from chemistry, physical chemistry, organic chemistry, all the way to cell biology. Basically can succeed at anything she wants to do. And when we talked to each other in the department about this award in biochemistry, people said, well, I mean, of course it's going to be Claire. So congratulations.
Thank you so much, Dr. Hagan. I've loved learning my entire life, and I really think I couldn't have chosen a better place to continue my journey as a student than the chemistry department here at Cal Poly. They've been so welcoming and encouraging, and I have to thank especially Dr. Scott, my academic advisor, and Dr. Hagan, the department chair. I'm so grateful to be receiving this award, and I'd like to thank my parents who always picked up the phone when I needed them, and my friends and roommate, Madeline, who's here tonight, for always supporting me in that journey. Thank you.
All right, next I'd like to call up our Polymers and Coatings Graduate Student Award for Outstanding Graduate Student. Jordan, please come up. All right, I have a few words to say about Jordan. I'll start with something that's not on here, and that's some of the other talks jog my memory. We had a student hiring committee for our tenure track hire, and Jordan was on that hiring committee. So thank you. Thank you for your help. So Jordan is proactive, safety conscious, always helpful. They have led their master's research thesis from start to finish, combining aspects of mushroom chemistry, biochemistry, molecular modeling, polymer synthesis, degradation, and characterization. They have mentored 2 undergraduate students and presented their work at international conferences. Jordan is a glowing example of what it means to be a Bailey College student researcher. So, it's a real pleasure to introduce you, Jordan.
Hello, everyone. I would like to say thank you so much for honoring me with this award. I would first like to thank my 3 advisors, Dr. Sapper, who is here today, for being my thesis advisor and for being one of my greatest hype men. I would also like to thank Dr. Derek France and Dr. Scott Egan, who I previously worked with in my undergraduate research career. I would also like to thank my wonderful partner, Kat, for all my time crashing out and ranting, and them just being there and supporting me for that. Also like to thank Dr. Seth Bush, because while I don't know where my academic or professional career is going to begin, I do know it is one day going to end in education because of my wonderful time with Seth Bush. I had gobs of fun in the Learn by Doing lab. I get paid to say that. And I would just like to thank the staff and faculty of the chemistry and biochemistry department for just creating this wonderful environment that's so inclusive and supportive and just a little quirky. I've had a lot of fun. Thank you so much.
All right. And last up, I would like to now give the award for Outstanding Community Leadership in the Chemistry and Biochemistry Department, and that is Ria Nagudkar. So Ria is so friendly. She's been a presence in our chemistry and biochemistry office for quite a while. And so she's one of the first students I met. She's obviously been very involved in American Chemical Society, being the president of that student organization. And just to give an anecdote of how involved she is, during open house, both our student organizations really stepped up and helped us out, ACS and ACS. And many students volunteered in multiple places. I noticed that Ria had volunteered for 5 different things during open house. And that's typical of how she's been. So you've just been a cheerful face that's been everywhere helping out, and we really appreciate it. So thank you.
Hi, everyone. I first want to say thank you to my friends and family not in the chemistry department. You are the people that I first go to when I want to say something about my day. You're the people that have made me who I am before I found my place in the chemistry department, and I'm so lucky to be surrounded by such amazing people constantly. As for the chemistry department, Dr. Hagan, my research advisors, Dr. Ziegler, Dr. Haynes, the people I work with in the general chemistry stockroom, Brendan and Paul, and even Candace and Christine in the front office have all made it so easy to want to be this involved, and I couldn't do it without them. We are a very tight-knit community, and it's fun every time I'm working with them and in the department. So thank you very much. I appreciate this award.
I'm now calling up the, if I'm right about my alphabet, the biology department.
So I'm not the chair of the biological sciences department yet. That's September 1st, but I'm standing in for Ken Hillers, who is now out of town. So I've got 5 people I'm going to be bringing up, 3 outstanding in biology, biological sciences, 3 majors, and then I've also got a community service undergraduate. So I'm going to start off with our biological sciences, and I'm going to introduce Catherine Reese. Come on up. So Catherine is currently in my cell biology class, and it was interesting reading through all of the comments from other professors who've had Catherine in their lab as well as in their classes, and being able to relate to them quite a bit. One of the things that they've noted is that she's incredibly enthusiastic about pretty much anything scientific, highly organized and self-motivated. Personally, this one professor said they personally enjoyed Catherine's excitement and encouragement in their class, and even during the office hours. And I just experienced that just today, or maybe it was yesterday, whenever we were working on something and she, like, her eyes opened up, and she's like, oh, and she got all excited, and I was like, that's why I do this job, right, is to have wonderful students like that be able to catch on and get excited. She's also been quoted as, from another professor, that she's always the top student by several percentage points than any other student in their class. She only wants to learn and not just to get a grade, but she's super excited about most anything. Another one said that she's truly interested in a variety of different topics and reads much more than just biology, and yet you can have fantastic conversations with her. So I encourage you guys to do that if you get an opportunity.
Thank you, Dr. Black, and thank you to the bio faculty. I feel like every professor I've had in the bio department has been so passionate about what they're teaching, and then I just can't help but get excited about it too. And especially thank you to Dr. Blank, who's been my advisor since I was a freshman in research, and he's just always been so supportive and kind. And yeah, thank you so much, Dr. Blank. So yeah.
Okay, up next is Daniel Vasquez for micro. Outstanding major. Daniel is taking my virology class this quarter. And it's been truly a pleasure. I actually got to know Daniel about a year or 2 ago whenever he came by to just check out my lab. We work with yeast and HIV. And then he went off to Nathaniel Martinez's lab, and they work with HIV and mammalian cells. So anyway, I guess yeast aren't nearly as cool. So he is a first-generation transfer student from Allen Hancock and has been able to easily, navigate this transition to Cal Poly. Has currently a cumulative GPA of 3.94, which is outstanding for our micro majors. He's scientifically curious and also passionate about his research project and serious about just about anything, especially mentoring other students. So one of the quotes from his research advisor is that he's, sorry, I can barely read this. Yeah, he's a skilled scientist in training who has become my lab's de facto go-to person for other undergraduates. And also a quote from another faculty member, Daniel is truly outstanding, well-rounded, exceptional student who is most deserving of this Academic Excellence Award in micro. So congratulations, Daniel.
Thank you, Dr. Black. Particularly grateful that you're giving out this award before you grade those virology tests that we just took today. But no, in all seriousness, I'm really honored to be here today amongst such brilliant group of people. And I think I do want to recognize, as Dean did this night at the beginning of our ceremony, is the faculty. I think, it's what, all of these would not be happening with our faculty. And so I really want to thank all the faculty that has supported me along my career, and a couple people too, my family. I think my transition into the U.S. Would have never been possible without my family and the space that they gave me. So thanks to all my family as well. And with that said, there's a couple people that deserve a piece of this award as much as I do, and that will be Dr. Elena Keeling for being my academic advisor since day one and even before joining Cal Poly, and Dr. Nathaniel Martinez, who took me into his lab family and I consider a friend, and yeah, thank you very much for that.
Okay, so we've had bio majors, we have micro majors, and now a marine science major. So Lainey Hall, outstanding marine science. So come on up. Lainey is not in one of my classes, unfortunately, but she has been stated as being intellectually engaged, focused on her career in the marine sciences, and not only does she have the highest GPA in the marine science department, or marine science degree, they're not a separate department yet, she's also got an impressive amount of research and outreach experience in the marine sciences. She's an active and skilled scientific diver, and has used her certification, which I guess you got here, you earned here at Cal Poly, and has been able to use that for supporting many projects in the Morro Bay. She's developed an impressive depth of skills, and during her time here at Cal Poly, she's also minoring in statistics, which has supported her in many of her research experiences. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone. I really appreciate this award. I really want to thank Dr. Nikki Adams, Dr. Kevin Johnson, and Dr. Ben Rettenberg for supporting me. And honestly, there were so many other faculty that also supported me. But I just had a really great time at Cal Poly, and I'm so excited to use what I've learned here for the future. Thank you.
Okay, so the next up is our community leadership, and that goes to Yesenia Ceja. Excellent. My Spanish teacher, who's now my wife, I just wanted to make sure that I got the name right. She will give me a lot of grief if not. So Yesenia is a compassionate and hardworking leader who is always helping to helping out others in research, outreach, as well as teaching. So she's directly connected up to the local farming community and has been doing part of her research on that, in particular looking at the effect of the environment on UTI infections. And she's passionate about improving the worker conditions. She's also part of Nuestra Ciencia, where she is teaching microbiology to elementary students in Spanish. And she also volunteers a great deal of her time in helping out in that outreach as well as the education. As an RA at Cal Poly, she was also commented that she was very passionate and active to help out the students there, and even would prepare care packages for those students that were sick. So it was a really remarkable list of achievements that I was looking through with Yesenia, and congratulations on that.
I'd just like to say I'm very grateful to be receiving this award. There's a few thank yous I'd like to give. First of all, to my research advisor, Dr. Yep. She has been an amazing mentor and has provided me invaluable guidance during my time here at Cal Poly. And by working, just getting the opportunity to work in her research lab, I have found my love for research. And with Dr. Yep, and as long as with Dr. Nation, just working in Nuestra Ciencias along with them, like it was such a huge, a very memorable experience, and Additionally, I'd like to thank Dr. Hagobian and Dr. Keetle for their mentorship through the URISE program. And lastly, just my family and friends for all their support.
Okay, and the last one is our graduate student award, and that goes to Owen Bachhuber. So I haven't had a chance to work with Owen in the classroom, but I have had a chance to interact with him. There was one day a rattlesnake was brought in that had been run over with a lawnmower, and they were actively trying to save the life of the rattlesnake. It's a remarkable kind of experience there that he's having here at Cal Poly. So Owen has exceeded expectations of the graduate, of being just a graduate student out here in terms of his research, but also his community building within the department. He's a coordinator for 2 teams of liberal studies students that are working on projects piloting lessons to help change children's perceptions of rattlesnakes. And he's been a wonderful research mentor all the way from data collection and analysis all the way through to presentations at Cal Poly and other community forums. Owen, this is a quote here, Owen is always the first to volunteer when the staff needs a hand. He makes me want to learn more about frogs and snakes, and that is saying something. So, and actually, I totally support him as well. Matter of fact, in my car, literally, I have mice waiting for a snake for me to take home. So, yeah, we got the same bug. Another quote is that Owen is an outstanding human and student, and he's an asset to our department in every way. So, congratulations, Owen.
Can you tell that I like snakes? I came here to Cal Poly because I really like snakes, and I wanted to work with my wonderful advisor, Dr. Emily Taylor. And I feel really lucky that whenever I talk to new graduate students who are considering coming here, that I can tell them that being at Cal Poly was the best decision that I've ever made. And it's really true. So not only because of Emily's wonderful mentorship, but also the other wonderful faculty, including Lauren Chan and Jasmine Nation, who are here tonight. And all of the students and community members really make being a part of Cal Poly really special. My mom was extremely indulgent of me and letting me have all of those creatures when I was a kid, and my current lab situation is equally indulgent. And I've been able to do so many amazing things that I could never have imagined coming here. Really the only limiting factor being at Cal Poly is the number of hours in the day. And I hope to continue to find that when I go to Arizona State University, where I'm going to get my PhD in geography, studying human-wildlife interactions. So, thank you.
I've been told to call up statistics.
So actually, we're doing this in the proper order with the grad students at the end for everybody, but that's okay, I won't. One thing, before I call up our awardee, I just want to make an observation that I've heard everybody talk about the community they feel in their departments. And we have a community as a college, but there's community in departments, and we all know which community is ultimately the best, right? It's yours, right? That's the punchline, right? I mean, we all have a home, and it's so awesome that we can all have a home that's ours, but also together. So our Outstanding Graduate Student Award, I want to invite Rachel Rogenkemper up again. So Rachel demonstrates, I mean, she was our Community Award recipient, and she's also a fantastic scholar. Statistically speaking, an outlier in all the best ways. Sorry. Yes, I got a groan. I succeeded. That was my goal, not an applause. Rachel's excelled academically, maintaining a near perfect graduate GPA, producing a high quality thesis, and engaging deeply in research, including 2 summers with the Frost Summer Undergraduate Research Program. Shout out to Frost for the amazing support they provide our students and support their growth. But what stands out just as much is her intellectual curiosity and relentless drive. She's the kind of student who doesn't settle for good enough. She digs deeper, asks questions, and challenges faculty to expand their thinking and elevates the academic discourse around her. A good example of this is in her Stat 550 class. Rachel asked about how ROC analysis might be applied to multinomial logistic regression. This puzzled Dr. Walker, who was teaching the class. This is an advanced topic, which is well beyond the course scope. But her question was so insightful that Dr. Walker was moved to learn about this and actually prepared a whole new class session on the topic. He's delighted to have students so engaged that their inquiry reshapes the direction of courses. And it speaks volumes about her impact in the classroom. The same drive is evident through her academic journey. In Stat 42567, which is our math stat sequence, she set a personal goal of earning perfect scores, not out of competitiveness, but out of a genuine desire to master the material. And after each course, she reviewed her final exams, not to contest them, but to learn from her mistakes. In fact, in later quarters, she even asked for copies of midterms just for fun, to give herself another chance at perfection. That's the kind of intrinsic motivation that defines her excellence and honesty. If we could bottle her drive, we'd have a very significant effect size. Okay, I'm losing it now. We're getting towards the end of the night. That's when this happens. Her thesis is a testament to the same commitment, titled Short Exact Confidence Intervals for Parameters of the Negative Hypergeometric Distribution. Rachel developed new algorithms to construct optimal confidence intervals for this often overlooked distribution, advancing beyond the traditional Klopper-Pearson method. Her approach ensures guaranteed coverage without relying on large sample approximations and includes practical tools for implementation, including a custom R package and Shiny web app. It's thoughtful, innovative work that researchers and practitioners will find useful and can put in practice. Please join me in recognizing her with the Outstanding Graduate Student Award.
I just wanted to quickly thank my advisor, Dr. Holliday. He's the one who first inspired me to study statistics, and he continues to inspire me and kind of drives my passion for the field. And then I also wanted to thank my family and friends for all of their support and love throughout the difficult years, but enriching ones. So thank you so much for this award.
And next up, my partner upstairs in Building 25, Math, Ben Rickert.
I'd like to invite Stephen Cook up to the stage. Stephen is yet another blended student who had a really incredible academic, or is having a really incredible academic career here at Cal Poly. Started with us in the fall of 2022, and he'll finish with his bachelor's and master's this spring with a nearly perfect GPA, as well as a minor in computer science. Stephen participated in Dr. Bonini's Frost Summer RU group in 2023 with some other undergraduates, Daniel Chamberlain, Parthiv Siritharam, and Tri Tran. Their work resulted in a paper entitled Condensed Ricci Curvature on Paleographs and Their Generalizations, which will appear in the peer-reviewed mathematics journal Involve. These students also presented a poster on this work at the 2025 American Math Society Joint Math Meeting in Seattle. And Stephen is working on finishing his thesis entitled Topiorism, Applying the Kernel Embedding of Distributions to Modern Portfolio Theory. And here's what his thesis advisor, Dr. Ryan Tully-Doyle, says about this. Quote, I gave him a sketch of an idea and some sample code that my collaborator came up with about how to calculate optimized portfolios using Hilbert spaces, and asked him to figure out what was happening. Stephen learned a bunch of functional analysis, reproducing kernel theory, measure theory, probability, and the basics of modern portfolio theory, filled in almost all the missing proofs and details in the original sketch, wrote his own code simulations, and extended the work with some novel results. This would almost certainly develop into a doctoral thesis if he continued the work. I've probably learned as much from him at this point as he's learned from me. I expect great things from him. And after graduation, Stephen is heading to UC Santa Cruz to begin working on his PhD in math. Congratulations, Stephen.
Thank you, Dr. Rickert. I'm super honored to be able to accept this award. First, some thanks to the Department of Math. You guys are, the math department has been extremely, extremely supportive, and I wouldn't have been able to succeed without them. Second, my awesome thesis advisor, Dr. Ryan Tooley-Doyle. He is the most supportive advisor that I could have ever asked for, and also the smartest guy I know. My most proud mathematical moment happened just yesterday when I finally asked him a question he didn't immediately know the answer to. I'd like to also thank my family and friends who have supported me every day, every week, every hour. Yeah, thank you so much.
Okay. Whoops. That's okay. All right, here we go. Well, we're getting close. Very close. We're at the college level awards. There are 4 more. And normally these are presented by an associate dean, but unfortunately, Carl Saunders, who had worked with the student council to make these selections, couldn't make it tonight. So I'm standing in for him to present these. Actually, 3 of the last 4 are determined by that student council. And this is really important because the students who receive the last the 3 awards, they make an application to receive these, and then they're selected by their peers, okay? But before we get there, I have, math has had a really good night tonight. I have to bring back the only person in the room that did not get an A- in math, based on what I heard, and that is Madeline Gertz. And Madeline did not know this was coming. So Madeline is receiving the Academic Excellence Award for the College of Science and Mathematics. There you go. And Ben has already detailed all of her achievements, and somehow we had the same information. And so I'm not going to repeat everything that was already said, except to say that as a biologist, I appreciated talking with Madeline at a Frost lunch when she explained to me the work that she did with Dr. Brussel, and it was the torus of triangles, right? And that all makes sense to everyone, right? Well, she actually brought it in for me, and what it is how triangles form a bagel, right? Sure, there it is. I think that structure is a torus? No, I don't know. Okay, good. See, I picked that up. And every 3 points, yeah, okay. Anyway, so Madeline, as you know, is has an incredible record here at Cal Poly, 4.0 through her undergraduate and her graduate work. And we're really excited to see where your journey takes you. And we know you're going to Berkeley for the PhD. So congratulations.
Wow. thank you so much to the Bailey College for this award. Thank you again to the math department. And I just have to say I'll be sad to leave, but I always try to remember that to those whom much is given, much is expected, so I can't wait to continue living up to these expectations. Thank you.
Okay, next I would like to invite up Matilda Erickson. Matilda. That's yours. And what Matilda is being awarded for here is contributions to the image of the college. And it's a real joy to celebrate with Matilda her outstanding contributions to the spirit and the goals and the public image of the college. She's graduating with a degree in physics and a minor in astronomy, but her impact to the college goes way beyond the academics. She's the president, as you know, of the Women in Physics Club. She's been a driving force behind creating a more inclusive and welcoming department, not just for the physics department, as we heard earlier, but for the entire college, from organizing the 2025 Conference for Undergraduate Gender Minorities in Physics to partnering with SAFER on events like the Madonna Cake Day. And she has brought people together through her purpose and her warmth. She also led Sigma Pi Sigma, the Physics Honor Society, where she continued to foster community and support for fellow students. And her passion, as we know, for science is just as strong. She worked across a wide range of research areas, which we heard about with Drs. Gutierrez, also Marlowe, and Beekman. So she worked with those three professors on her senior project was, and we heard this as well, magnetic transport properties at extreme temperatures, supporting energy research with real world impact. So congratulations, and thank you for all you've done for the Bailey College. I've got to invite up another person. Oh, you want to say something? Of course you do. Look at me. Taking the limelight. All right.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you to everyone who's here tonight supporting me and everyone who's watching. I know I have a few loved ones that weren't able to be here tonight. I'm truly so thankful to be getting this award from the college. Throughout the last 4 years, I've had a ton of wonderful experiences in the physics department, and as the dean so eloquently put it, none of it could have been possible without the immense support of the people around me. So there's students, faculty, advisors, research advisors, people like Michelle and Kelsey, and other people in the office, and they have all made it a wonderful, wonderful time. So I'm truly grateful to them. And, you know, especially things like the QWIP conference, that was a group effort, to say the least. So I just want to make sure that they get the recognition they deserve, because it was certainly not a one-woman job. So thank you so much.
Ooh. I'm learning every day. Okay, so for the next one, I get to honor Ryan Singer for contributions to the public image of the university. And I'm going to come down to do this. I'm going to meet you halfway, okay, Ryan? All right, very good. Got it. So Ryan, it is, we got to talk a little bit earlier, so it's nice to see you again. And this is the same kind of award, but it's broadened to the entire university. Ryan's graduating with a degree in biological sciences with the concentration in ecology, evolution, biodiversity, and conservation. And since 2021, he's been a passionate researcher in the Pearl Lab, which is Physiological Ecology of Reptiles Lab. And it actually says that. I just knew the acronym because I think it's cute, where he has not only studied reptiles, but also brought that love for science into the community, leading untold outreach events to spark curiosity in others. As a 2024 Frost Summer undergraduate researcher, Ryan presented his work on evaporative water loss in non-venomous snakes at national conferences, earning the Best Student Poster at the SSAR conference and helping document all 18 snake species in San Luis Obispo County, including 5 never recorded in the region. His research has been widely recognized, winning first place in Cal Poly's 2025 biology research competition and second place in the statewide research competition. He was honored with the most outstanding oral presentation at Herpfest and the Applegarth Biological Sciences Scholarship. And he was given one of our favorite titles by Dr. Jen Yost and Matt Ritter called a budding, and this is very clever, budding botanist. Did you know that you had that title? I did. Okay, good. He's been a resident advisor. He's been a poly rep, music director of the Take It to Slow a cappella group, and he has even led the charge here at Cal Poly. And I always wanted to meet this person, Musty, the Mustang. Yes. Wow. Okay. Anyway, congratulations. And I will hold this for you so that you can. Do you mind if I do that? Sure. Okay, here we go.
Good evening, Rod and Hammer Ancillary Event Space. Congratulations on the brand change. I have a lot of people to thank. Of course, my mentors in science, Dr. Taylor, Dr. Chen, Dr. Moniz, Owen. They are the warmest and funniest and most enthusiastic people I know, and they've helped me fall in love with the world around me. So thank you very much.
Very nice. You want me to hold this, or you got it? Okay, very good. Okay, one more. And this award is for service to the community, and it goes to Hannah Peter. So it's a real honor to recognize Hannah for her extraordinary service to the community. Graduating with a degree in biological sciences, Hannah has woven compassion into every part of her academic and personal journey. On campus, she's been a quiet force for good, supporting students as a peer health educator with Pulse, standing up for survivors through SAFER, and helping the Slow Climate Coalition create a campaign that encourages hope and action around climate change. Her senior project, exploring MDMA-assisted therapy for PSTD, highlighting her deep commitment to trauma-informed care and understanding the science behind healing. In the clinic that she was working in, she shadowed Dr. Ashley Tam at Pismo Beach Pediatrics, learning what it really means to care for patients with empathy. In the research lab, Hannah investigated the role of human proteins in HIV particle production, contributing meaningful work in Dr. Michael Black's lab that had to be with yeast. Beyond campus, she's gone above and beyond, volunteering over 1,000 hours in healthcare settings, offering support, comfort, and care to patients and their families. What stands out most about Hannah is the way she connects science with the heart. She sees medicine not just as a career path, but as a way to lift up others, to work toward justice, and to help communities grow stronger. Congratulations.
Wow, guys, how do you follow that? That was an amazing night. I'm so grateful and honored to be surrounded by some really impressive peers. I'm so grateful to have been a part of the BCSM for the last 4 years. It's been an amazing place to call home. I've really fallen in love with SLO and Cal Poly. I've gotten the opportunity to work with the Mustang Success Center for the last 4 years, and advising first years has really been such a blessing for me in my life, and I've really grown a lot here. So I want to say a special thank you to all of the bio faculty, to everyone at the Mustang Success Center, and all of my friends and family who are here tonight and watching from home. Thank you so much for always supporting me. Thank you guys, and enjoy the rest of your night.
All right, that concludes our ceremony. We have to take a few pictures, but let's give a big round of applause for these awardees tonight. Take care, everyone, and be safe getting home. Thanks for being here.